I'm Ethan, I love muzzleloading. Today we're testing the Hornady Bore Driver FTX at 100 yards in clear ballistics gel. For the purposes of this test, I'm using some of my reserve Blackhorn 209. I understand that it is really hard to get and it's really expensive right now. I have a couple jars in reserve and I'm only using it for this test to try to give us the best possible outcome for the test. For a primer, I'm using the Federal Blue Box. For a primer, I'm using the Federal Blue Box 209 shot shell primer, and we have our Garmin Zero chronograph here recording ballistic data. 1924 on the chronograph. Coming up onto our scene here, when I start the test, these gel blocks are lined up with that magazine stack there. So we have quite a bit of force bouncing through this block. It's really displaced. Here's a look at the top here of our gel, and here's a clean look at the side. So it looks to me like we have quite a bit of energy dispersion in the first half of the block, and then it trails off. Here at the end of the 16-inch long block, you can see a rather large section of our projectile there. And we have a bit of a tail in front of that. Based on the other tests that I've done, and the slow motion footage will verify this, that tail at the front of that mass of the projectile is from that projectile moving forward, stopping, and then getting pulled back just by the elasticity of that gel. It doesn't look to me like we had any impact from this test into our magazine stack. Or there you can see the projectile in the gel. As always, these tests aren't a one-to-one to meat and bone. This is a simple muzzleloading backyard ballistic test. It does not mean that this is how this projectile is going to behave all of the time. It's just how it behaved in this particular test for me on this day. That being said, let me know what you think about how this Hornady Bore Driver FTX performed in this ballistic gel test. And let me know if you think I should test in a different way. It's been suggested before that we add a piece of plywood to the front of the gel to imitate a shoulder bone that would be found on a big game animal. But because we've started these tests with the simple straight gel block, I want to continue the test with the straight gel before we introduce something like that, but I'm seriously open to those ideas. We've got a lot of gel here to shoot and a lot of projectiles to test, so let me know what you think. Once again, I'm Ethan, I love muzzleloading. We'll have stills and more data from this test in the video description, as well as at ilovemuzzleloading.com. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you next time.